GM fan, we are live with Value Vibes Podcast where we talk about NFTs with your lads, Zircon, Phil, and Solinvestor. The value, the drama, and the vibes. A lot of vibes today. And today we are going to talk to a special guest with Jaxx, who came here before, but this time is different. We have a project that he's building out with other founders called Kami NFT, which we will discuss today. We can't wait. Jaxx, what's up, man? How you doing? How's everything?
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, everybody. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me again. I mean, last time was so much fun, and thanks for having me. Just I'm down to talk about Kami, but also get to know you guys a little bit more and talk more NFTs and the market. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed you got the PFP going on right here. Can you give us a background on what happened since the last time you came here and you talked to us? The whole journey. I think it's been like 4 months.
Yeah, a lot has happened. So actually, since the last time I was here, we've been building Kame. We actually been building it for a very long time. The other co-founders is Kaiten. He's a really good friend of mine, and the other co-founder is he goes by DJ Dev. He's a really crack dev. So Kaiten, he's actually not an artist by trade. He's actually an engineer. So drawing was just a hobby of his, and we met through other communities and other projects, and we just really vibe with each other. And he showed me his drawings, and so luckily we're actually doing this show after we just dropped our Gitbook, which is live right now. In there, if people have time to go look at it, we have the first editions of Kame when it first started off. And it's so funny how much the art has evolved. So he's just been drawing, and actually we went through his so he draws on Procreate, and we went through his hours. He logged over 4,000 hours on Kame. So within the span of 7 months, it's been 4,000 hours of drawing. So he was drawing daily, and just to put 4,000 hours in perspective, if you work full time in a year, you work about 2,000 something hours. So he's put in 2 years worth of work in Kame.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we
It's
have the
pretty
Gitbook
insane. Eh?
here. We
Yeah,
have the
thank you for
Gitbook here. I
joining.
mean, so this just came out today.
I think we dropped it yesterday or day before. Yeah, very, very recent. Yeah, you
Nice. And
see
I
some
see
of
you
our
got you.
inspirations.
I do. I
You got the
do.
Kid Goku, the Kid Krillin. So kind of the
Krillin.
body shape is taken from there. And then you got the gorillas. That's where the eyes come from. Gorillas is like by far one of the OG undervalued PFP project of our time. If you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
actually, it's
can see
crazy.
that. Yeah, I mean, Zircon, what do you think about the art?
I really like it. I enjoyed it since day one. I remember I get to know Kami because of Solinvestor. He DM me. Actually, our first DM on Discord was about Kami. We never talked like on DM. And he told me, "Hey, you have to check this
Oh my
out.
gosh.
Just join and check the Discord." I was like, "Okay." I never fade on Alpha Colors. If someone DMs me something like that, I join, no questions asked. And I checked the art and I really liked it from day one. And you had like I think one or two sneak peeks. And I was like, dude, this is really detailed, and I actually like it, which is weird.
Thanks,
We
man.
always talk with Phil about how we feel about art, and it's like first impressions for me are really important in terms of NFT collections because I talked to a friend a couple of days ago about this same topic. That is not much the NFT, but the art is important on storytelling. That's one thing that concerns me a lot. I don't judge like the look on the NFT, but how they build the storytelling behind it. And I love them. The two aspects: the NFT by itself, the PFP, and the drawings and the backgrounds and the scenarios where you put the Kami figurines. I really love them all.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first comments. These are the first doodles that he showed me.
Also, so he showed you these, and then from here you guys worked
Yeah.
on, and you guys went further and improved on it.
Exactly. So part of our story is we actually really want to inspire people that wants to make in this space. I mean, for us, we're by all means, not someone that founded multiple projects before. We're actually just learning as we go too. So we're not by all means professionals that just launch projects and get all hyped. We're actually learning all this, and through drawing, it just really just what kind of hats can we draw? What trades can we? How can we position the head a little bit more? So we went through a huge long-term study of PIPs, what other collections have done, like what just taking the good and the bad from everybody, and even with the background color, we went a completely different way. So if DGOS and Utes, they pretty much kickstarted this whole meta of having a very, bland, simple, light color background.
Right.
So the PFP will actually pop, which makes sense. But we felt because Kame they all have white glowing eyes, having a darker background really brings out the premium quality of the PIP. So we're trying to just change the meta. Just because DGOT did something and it was successful and it's good doesn't mean there's no other way of doing art. And that's something we really want to tell people, just like, hey, art is fun and you got to try different things. Don't just copy and paste everybody else are doing.
Yeah, I like how, because like what you were saying, like the palette, like the lilies, they had the similar process on the color palette in the background with as the gods, and uh this is different. I like how it's in a way it's like reverse psychology, I guess. And
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, Solinvestor, he basically he sent the Discord link. I looked at the project, but I didn't know it was actually from you. It was actually live when Solinvestor put out the Twitter, and I was talking about, I was like, oh, I like this art, this one, and then he said right there, like, it's from from you guys. So I was like, what? So it was like true, like, like my true actual like view of it. So like if I would have known your name first, then it would have been, probably, like just like I feel like it was like a more like unbiased look at it. So that's why I actually liked
Oh,
about
that's
it.
awesome, man. That's so
Yeah.
great to hear. It's not like because there's a friend telling you, and it's actually you saw it first and you liked it, and then you wanted to talk to us. That just means a lot to us, really.
Right. Yeah. For that's why I definitely liked, was like, oh, Jaxx, no way. But yeah, overall, I
Yeah.
mean, I like the art, and I can't wait to see more of it. Now, we're gonna go through the collection generations here. Um,
Yes,
right
sir.
here, you got all this stuff here. What's going on through here? This looks like Figma. Uh,
This is through Figma. So this is I just kind of want to show a part of the process. So if you really zoom in, I don't think you can see too many trays, but you kind of will get the idea. So we mentioned I haven't said it on this pod. The collection size is actually going to be quite small. So it's going to be 4,269. We just want to keep a DJ number. We just want to make it fun, but we made over 150 trades. So with over 150 trades, you can actually generate 10K collection, no problem. And then just working out the, how different trades work with each other, the cohesiveness. So this is just kind of showing everybody our work. So Kami, they're not gonna be, kind of the super crazy trades. You're not gonna find laser eyes. You're not gonna find halos. You're not gonna find asset skins. But you will see a lot of pop culture inspires t-shirts, hoodies, just really good quality clothing, different hair trades, different eyes. So we're actually very proud of putting together so many trades. And actually, when we generate it, a lot of them just look very different, which is really, really cool. We didn't expect that. Oh, GM zero. Thanks for coming. Uh, but yeah, generating NFT is so fun. Like it is one of the most underappreciated thing ever. So funny story, our other friend was going to do the generation for us, and he just been so busy he couldn't do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna learn how to generate. I just went on YouTube, found Hashlips, and just went into his Discord, watched his YouTube, and I just did the first rounds. And like, hey, it's actually so fun.
nice. Nice. Now, um, overall, you got this other section called utility. Can you tell us a little bit about what is going on with the utility on Kami?
Yeah, definitely. So utility, we kind of here we actually goes in depth about defining what utility is. I actually saw this quote from Zagabon, which I really resonate with. He said, at the end of the day, NFT is a digital token that's wrapped around art, and art is a package. But what is really the value is what it give you access to. So we just want to kind of highlight that utility is not, everybody just keeps saying utility. What is it? Are you making a tool? Are you making a cyberbar? Are you, going to have gated events? Well, we're going to try to build out the world of Kame. We call it a Rikai, which is spirit world in Japanese. We want to do a lot of lore building, a lot of fun things going to happen with an NFT. So that experience is part of the utility. And I know we have a few things here highlighted. Eclipse is a product we will be building and launching. It's a bit too early to talk about it, but like it said here, we aim to change the way that people are displaying their NFT collections. And SaaS, of course, SaaS. So I want to make sure everybody understand that we're not trying to be the next Blocksmith. We're not trying to be the next Subber. We want to just build really cool stuff that we can use in our project and our community will enjoy. And if we can leverage that once we build it out and create a really unique experience, and we will be happy to give our product to other projects, other founders, new minting projects at a very, very reasonable cost. Because one of the challenge we had building out Kame was the cost of everything. Just getting quotes from other projects or industry leaders, the prices they quote is just outrageous. And we're here to if we can add value to the space and not go the traditional route and charging just crazy amount, I think that will bring value to everybody.
Yeah. And one thing, shout out to Zero Cool. He says, love the Kami art. Zero Cool, make sure you join the Discord. Check out what they're doing in there. I'm sure they'll love you in there. I don't know if he's in there already, but yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I think he's one of my guys, because once I started digging a little bit on Kami, I shared it on my Twitch stream, and like 10 or 15 guys joined just because of me.
Oh my
And
gosh,
I think he's one of the guys. So
that's amazing. Zero Cool, if you tag me on the Discord, if you don't have whitelist, let me know. I'm gonna get you on the comment list for sure.
And shout out to King Leo as well, for he always comes on, talks to us as well. Join the Discord as well on Kami if you haven't so. But yeah, overall we have Solinvestor here too. And Solinvestor, I think you have some words as well. We've talked a little bit before on how you just enjoyed the project. So talk to us, guy. I think Solinvestor is a little bit there we go. He's coming on now. Yeah. And he is looks like he's MIA in some way. But yeah. All right, so he's coming back on. All right, so yeah, so we have also here you got basically thrown down staking as well within this project, and it has this section called Souls, which you can see the art around here with this fire thing happening. It says Souls is not a S coin, it is a power, and when you give, you shall receive. Interesting. How is this gonna play out in this whole system?
Yeah, so goes back. So we actually go way back, right? And we always talk about let's not launch another coin. We hate token staking, and I totally agree. So we're gonna go the route of non-custodial staking. Your NFT is not gonna leave your wallet. It's gonna be time-based, and you accumulate souls, and it will be the points system that's powering our experience with the NFT and the community after mint. And I just love the quote, when you give, you shall receive, because in life, it's actually a lot more fun when you celebrate other people and when you give than just constantly trying to chase the next dollar. So we want to really just reward our holders, even with our budget. We're separating a chunk of money just to for holder rewards. We just want to make it fun. Like we mentioned, I'm not quitting my job. I have a very good, in real life job. Our other co-founders are not quitting their real life job. This is not a get rich, and live happily ever after. We definitely want to keep our jobs and we want to build a project. We're going to take a very, normal, salary from the project just to keep things going. We just want to put everything back and just make sure the longevity of the project.
Yeah, I like how you're transparent on that part as well. Now we have Solinvestor here as well. I think we were cut off last time, so let's see if he comes back on right now. Solinvestor, what's up?
Yes. Sorry, my net seems to sort of be cutting off and on. So yeah, there isn't much to. Oh, sorry. Before we start, I think we should disclose I am advising for Kami as well. Jaxx, an old friend, and always excited to help friends in the space. So I'm just, as Jaxx puts it, I'm just a walking conflict of interest here. But I will say that the first thing we talked about was art, and I think what really sort of captured my attention when it came to the art for Kami is the different facial expressions that the different characters have. I think that's just super underrated. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the emotions with each character, and even if you look at our PFPs, the one that I currently have where the dude is just maybe looks a little bit stubborn, has that thing in his mouth. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You have happy characters, you have cheeky characters. I think they can go a long way when it comes to storytelling. But for me, that's really the highlight of the art, in my opinion.
It does feel weird talking to you right now, in a different stance right now.
Yeah,
I know. So just been such a brother. He just been so helpful. He's the type of guy that I just, once you vibe with him, you can tell him everything, and he will just give you the most honest opinion, whether it's good or bad. He's not going to sugarcoat something bad, and he's always going to help you, come up with more ideas. Actually, he's been connecting me with some of the really cool people in the space too. I'm just constantly learning from him. He's amazing.
I
for sure.
That,
yeah, I mean, Solinvestor, I mean, I could for sure say that on the show, same thing. He throws it down. He holds nothing back, and he says it like it is. We've overall just sometimes like I need that, and he's definitely the right guy for that. So great pick, great choice.
I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. But Jaxx, since we're on the topic of utility, how long will it take to sort of roll out these different levels of utility?
Different levels of utility. So yeah, I see you're on this page. We're definitely taking the lean startup approach. So we get in this space, you have to be really fast. You have to be adaptive. There are things we identify we want to build, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a success. And we don't want to put all our eggs in the basket. So luckily we have front end and back end devs in house now. So the staking is underway, and our first product, Eclipse, is underway too. It's pretty exciting. If we really just go crazy and just focus, within a month it should be done. Before mint, we definitely want to show a demo. So right now I don't really want to drop the idea, because we're a small team, and we always worry that some of the bigger team with way more funding can just front run us. We think the idea is pretty cool. I think Sol knows a little bit about it. everybody we talk to, we've been getting feedback. So some are good, some are constructive. So to answer that question, we will definitely get the working sample out. But to build the entire thing, we will need time to adjust, and most likely closer to mint or post mint.
Gotcha. And it seems like the way you're interacting with the community is through sort of the lore and the storytelling. We've seen the progression. We've seen sort of the progression of the art from the beginning. And you guys have you said earlier, you put about 4,000 hours in it. How long have you guys been building this project? And sort of from the storytelling and lore standpoint, how do you guys plan on engaging the community?
Yeah, so we've been building it since July last year, so it's been a long time. And as I mentioned, Kaizen locked a lot of hours in terms of the art. With the story building, so the current thing is seasons. Everybody's throwing around the word seasons. DGOD season 3. The next thing we want to brand ours as arcs. So Kami is anime inspired, and if you think about your favorite anime, it's always story arcs, right? So we want to have different story arcs at different stage of our project to tell a unique story. Just for reference, everybody's seen some of our promotional pieces, and there are beasts inside. Even on this one, you can see there's a dragon in the background. So these mystical creatures are not there by chance. So there's going to be a lot of lore behind it. They will interact with Kame. I think that's about as much as I want to say, but just want to let everybody know there's going to be different story arcs, and everybody plays a key element to the story. And we really want Kame to resonate with our holders. If you think you're Naruto's, if you think you're Luffy's of the world, they're a little bit misunderstood. They're a little bit different, as everybody is in this world. We're all a little bit different, and through time and different trials, different experience, we grow, and we want our NFT, our holders, to grow with us, and there will be more to come with art, and we really want to just make art fun and evolving throughout the whole process.
Yeah, and I think it's super interesting that you guys have gone down the sort of anime direction, because look, we've seen anime do really, really well on Ethereum. And they have been sort of sparks of light. The OGs of Solana, we remember these anime projects that came, and they had a little bit of hype, but they didn't manage to do much. But I feel like there's always been that anime gap in the Solana NFT space. Sort of we've seen, but we've never seen anyone capture it. What are you guys doing differently that can fill that void that other projects fail to?
Yeah, man, it is a tough shoe to fill. It is so weird. Anime, a lot of people watch anime, and a lot of people on Solana loves anime, but we just don't have that one project where we can just be like, oh yeah, the anime one on Solana that does really well. We wanted to be that project. We want Kame to be it. I think a lot of times projects don't work out because people give up. That's really what I think. We have seen many projects that had hype, that did well, and then they just die off. And then there are projects that slowly they come back and they try different things. They keep going and they get more eyes again, and then they do really well. I hate to keep saying DGOD, but DGOD at one point, people were fighting it and people didn't like it. But they are what they are today. Everybody knows them. So I think as long as the team is here to adapt and change and have a good plan and have good head over their shoulders, it will make it work. And so with Kame, our approach is just be transparent, be who we are. We want to make really, really good art, very good quality art. We got some more art to show and more pieces to drop that will make people go crazy. But even after mint, that's not so. After mint, you'll be way better funded, and that is actually not the time to chill and relax. It will be the time to actually create more, hire more people, just put out more content, short form content, video form content. I think that's what our aim is. It's just to get people engaged. People love the teaser video we show off the PFPs, and all throughout this whole process, we're gathering data to see what works and what doesn't work, what people like, what people don't like. And so far, I see a lot of people like the quick, fast video, flashy, cool music, video content, and a lot of people say the PFP resonate with their childhood, anime or game they played. So we really want to let people relive that experience and connect with our characters, and just can't wait to watch them progress and to tell their stories. Like, what's happening next? What is this fox doing there? Does it play a role? Is something going to happen? We want to just engage people that way.
Yeah, I completely get it, and I couldn't agree more with you in what you said at the beginning with devs like working really. I've seen many times devs were like working really hard before the mint, and once they mint and they sold out, they just relax. And I think that that's like the worst thing you can do, because hype is there and you can take advantage of it, but it doesn't last forever. You have to use hype to just push you up and keep it up there so the project can actually succeed. Because if not, it's just gonna be another project with hype, and then it's gonna go down. I mean, we've seen it many times. So it's good to know that you have that feeling of you have to keep working, no matter if you sell out or not. And if you sell out, you have to work twice as hard just to make the project successful, and not another one that everyone will forget in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Of course. And we've been in the space a long time, and it's quite demanding, and it's very hard for our projects to maintain that hype, right? You can't, yes, we want it to be go, but there's just no way that anybody can do that. So as long as the way we take it is, that's why we want to do arcs, right? So we want to build up the hype for one thing, push it out, have people enjoy it, experience it, and then we're gonna recoup a little bit and then push the next. So we see it as a marathon rather than a sprint. A lot of projects, they sprint just to do the mint, and afterwards, like you said, I don't hear from them for months. But we're gonna take a different approach. We're gonna just keep telling our story, doing the arcs, and launch some tech related stuff, and also just keep the story rolling. We're actually super excited to tell the story of Kame, and we'll be even more excited to get our community engaged and have them have a say. The story just, it can be always evolving. I think Soul has a little bit of insight of our earlier plans of the first a few arcs of our story, but the following chapter is, hey, like we can tell it together, and we can create animation together, we can create new art together. I think that will get people really engaged. But yeah, that's my take.
Now, the one thing that I do want to bring up, and I don't know what your thoughts on this is, a lot of NFT projects when they first start, they tend to do a lot of things, like just like boom, boom, boom. And like one of the big ones that I see that usually doesn't go well is that they introduce staking and tokens. So staking, and then that kind of just like takes away their other work of the art and the community. And it kind of like just like, it lowers the actual quality because they have a lot of quantity. So what's your thoughts around that, on that perception?
So can you explain what you mean by staking
Basically,
takes
like
away from?
so like so for some projects when they start, when they actually mint out and they have their plans, then they introduce staking with a new utility, which is tokens, and then they bring that out, and then they have issues with that, and they start working on the staking part with these tokens, and then they start concentrating on that too much, and then they forget about the art. Like, what's your take on that? Like, then you have actual projects that don't even do staking yet because they want to concentrate on the project itself. And then when they're ready, then they go do their staking portion 6 months from now. to where they know they can scale at that part. What's your basically your take on that whole thing?
I get you. If it's talking about separating attention, I don't really worry about that because so the three co-founders, so Dev, he does not like to do social media. He doesn't, like that part. He doesn't, he's like, I'm not good at these things. I just want to be a dev. So he's very good at creating the website, which we will launch soon. He's very good at the tech part, and he loves it. So he will be majority taking care of that side. And Kaiten, he's the artist, so he will be majority taking care of that side. So I'm more the, I'm going to take care of the community. I'm going to take care of the story. I'm going to push things forward. We will definitely have meetings every week or so just to, hey, where are we going? Where are we calibrating? So I don't really think the tech part or the staking part would take away from our vision. In fact, staking, at its core is just to reward your most loyal holders, your biggest fans. And that's the easiest way for you to identify who has been holding the longest and how we can reward them. I really see staking. Yes, I get, I talk to a lot of people. Some people say staking is dead or staking has no point. It's airdrop season. It's all about, delisting, asking people to delist for an airdrop. I actually don't agree with that either because, you got all of a sudden you got so many sub NFTs to take care of. If, I airdrop you 3 different NFTs and one of them just tanks or people it's way too much to manage. I think the less things you manage, the more attention you can bring to the ones you really care about. And that's why we don't like token, because token, you can go through all kinds of tokenomics. At the end of the day, you need to have a value backing it. And if you don't bring value to the token, it's more FUD. That's why we want to put the points, experience points onto the NFT itself. So it will be individual NFTs rather than a wallet base. So whoever holds, his Kame longer will have more access to premium products we launch, more more preferential for the experiences we're going to build out. So it doesn't matter if you have 1, doesn't mean you have 100. We're going to be treating them all equal, and just depending how long you hold, you have more advantage. It could even be just a discount on, say, I'm not promising merge this early on, but if you just merge, you will get a discount over someone that hasn't been holding for a long time.
Yeah, it's more like a reward system than a tokenized staking, from what I get.
Yeah, interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, and we want to, and I mentioned we want to do a lot of fun things with the NFT. So by holding and staking and accumulating souls, you potentially will unlock more experience with your NFT, which, in terms is a reward itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, overall, we've gone through a lot with Kami. I'm excited for this project that you're bringing out. I'm sure Solinvestor is also excited on his avenue on here. So congrats to you guys on working on this, and I can't wait to see further on what's going on. Do you have any last words, Jaxx, on the project before we move on to the next subject?
No, thank you guys for having us. We'll love to just come back, later on just to check in on with you guys. And again, I don't want to be that project that just doing a media tour before Mints. I want to come back after Mints, just be part of the team. We just want to be here for a long term. So coming at its core, it is also about our founders. We want to show people who we are. And if you're just investing, I know investing sometimes is a tricky word, but if you buy into Kami or you want to be part of our community, you're also trusting us, and we're just going to show you who we are. And we got nothing to hide. It's just going to be about a team effort at the end too.
For sure.
Oh, sorry. Lastly, shout out to Kaiten, our artist, and shout out to Bijan Dev, our dad. Both of them are people, our advisor. Solinvestor, he's been amazing too. I gotta give flowers to my team. It's not a one person thing. It's everybody on the team. So we're still early on. Hope we do well, and we're here for a long term.
Yep, and if anyone wants to follow Kami, just right here you got the Twitter at Kami NFT official, at Kami NFT official. So, all right, so overall, that's what we have for Kami, and I'm sure we'll hear back from them later on. Now, on the next subject, we have Mad Skulls going crazy, going nuts. Solana NFTs going nuts as well on the NFT statistical list. Like top two already. Solana NFTs have just been dominating on Ethereum. Okay, Mad Skulls. The latest one was basically this skull that came out. It sold for $70,000. I mean, we could just start off with Jaxx. I mean, Jaxx, what do you think of what's going on here with the Mad Lads? Did you see this coming with this whole like sellout?
Oh, dude, I really didn't see this crazy volume. But then when I saw the volume, oh man. So full transparency, I was not on the whitelist. I did not get to mint. I heard the mint was crazy. I tried to get public. I could not. But when I saw the volume, they hop on a space with our Solana founders, I actually bought in around 45, 50 so I believe. And then I sold, I paper handed around 70. It took some profit, it's okay. But hey, I actually really like their art. Some of the trades I'm not crazy about, but some of them go really, really hard. And interesting what they did with the females. I
Yeah,
think they did a really, really good.
God.
Yeah, it's
that's
just
crazy.
how many females for this male. I think they did a very smart job on that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The females really just struck out there. I think that was kind of unknown in how that was building out. And for me, I actually did had a whitelist. I had it for a long time, but I just never looked at the announcement where they basically said, "Put your address here." So when it was like the day of mint, I I was like wondering like, well, how come I can't mint? And there you
Oh
go. Make sure
man,
you watch the Discord announcement, guys, on these
you
projects.
left
So
100 soul on the table there, buddy.
I know. These guys know I do it all the time with almost every
Yeah, yeah.
project.
We're always there to make fun of him. We're always there to make
Yeah.
fun of him.
Never this hard, but yeah, we've seen Phil do this kind of fading in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
not
was
really fading,
crazy.
but not looking at the Discord
Yeah, yeah,
announcements.
It was
So
crazy. I think the last project that had this amount of volume, this amount high, was OKB back in the day, about a year ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty much almost a year ago, exactly, which is interesting on its own. But if you hop on the space during mints, you got Solana Legends, you got people from Wall Street Bets like hopping on a Solana space and saying they're ready to deploy capital. And if you see these people coming in, you see the ETH people, you see Solana Foundation, you see Wall Street Bets. I mean, it's just gonna bang.
so
Absolutely.
Wall Street Bets is on here.
Yeah, no. So Wall Street Bets was on the space with the Mat Labs during mint. So the official
I
account for
didn't
Wall
know
Street Bet.
that.
Yeah. And you know those people are degens at heart, and they got money.
Yeah. I was in the whole GameStop movement back. I don't even want to talk about that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
AMC to the moon.
I know who you're talking about. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's insane. Solinvestor. I mean, when this happened, we talked about it a little bit. We were thinking it was gonna go up, but you got these things selling out, man, and they're not stopping.
Yeah, and I think they had an airdrop today, or they're going to have an airdrop today, or something like that. I haven't kept too much track with it, but look, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. Everyone is talking about this. Everyone is showing it. I do think the female art is better than the male art, in my opinion. Uh, that coupled with the short supply of it, I really think that's why those are running. And
Even the
of course, the
skulls.
skulls looks. Yeah, I think the skulls look great. The sort of common ones, I'm not the biggest fan of, to be perfectly honest. But it's supposed to be a community-based project. I'm not quite sure how long a community can, let's say, hold 100 soul flow price. Uh, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if, because they had all of that hype, they didn't really need to announce utility. I wouldn't be surprised that if we start seeing the flow price trend lower and lower, they're going to come out with something for their holders. But look, only time will tell. One thing I will say is that projects like this, mints like this, they really bring mass attention to Solana NFTs. And that's really what we need, because once the bull run starts, I think
Yeah.
projects like this is what really puts Solana NFTs in a prime position to really explode the way ETH NFTs did during the last bull run. So
That's a
that's
good
what I'm looking at as
transition.
well.
That's a good point. A good to transition into Zircon. What he's about to throw down right now.
Yeah. I was about to say that these kind of mints are the ones that benefit in the short term every single mint that is coming by, because today we have Raposa, and I wasn't really Circle just asked about Raposa. I said off stream to Phil that I wasn't really sure on Raposa like a couple of weeks ago, like 4 weeks ago, because of the last coffee NFTs that were dropped and some. But after talking to Snooze last episode, and after seeing they already sold 80% of the of the actual supply in pre-sales, I'm actually and also adding up that Lads gave an extreme amount of liquid to the Solana ecosystem. I really think that Raposa are gonna do really great today. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really hard to get one. I'm whitelisted. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to mint it because there's like 2K remaining, and I don't know how many whitelist people are, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. I'm gonna try, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. And I think it's gonna do.
Sorry, Zircon. Sorry, it's over allocated by
Yeah, I know.
about 3,000.
Yeah, and it's gonna be
Just to be
really hard to get
specific.
it. So I'm already I'm not thinking I'm on getting it. I'm gonna try, but if I don't get it, I'm not gonna be pissed because it's gonna be hard. And it helps all these kind of projects, these good projects that are launching in these upcoming days because of all the hype that Madlats bring to the Solana ecosystem. So we'll see how it goes with Raposa. I really think it's gonna be a great project, and I think, well, having Snooze that he's a coffee man as an advisor, I think it's a really good thing for Raposa.
Jaxx, have you heard of Raposa, or is this the first time you've seen this project?
Yeah, man, I heard of them. I actually think their art is super clean. But if you just look at the team, they just got an insane team. So I think they're gonna do well. I'm happy for all of them. Some of them are homies. You know, I see Jet on there. I see Dub on there. So they got a team that knows how to work Twitter. They got a team that know how to build a project. Even the people behind Helium, you know, they were the people that derugged Bloomsville. So after a year of building, you know, I'm happy to see where Helium is right now. And they just got a massive team. I really want to try their coffee. That's the thing. You know, next time I'm in the States, I bet they're in the States first. I just want to try their coffee. I'm a huge coffee guy myself too.
Yeah. I mean that. I think this project overall just looks really cool. I'm not big in coffee. I did get some coffee from Snooze, but I'm definitely gonna try this coffee out. That's one thing. So, go ahead.
I heard really good comments on the cans actually on Twitter. I was checking out if someone actually tested, and I saw really good comments on the can products they brought to NFT NYC, I think. So we have some really good reviews on the early product.
Do you guys?
Yeah,
do
it
you
looks
guys
like
think? Go for
yeah,
it.
sorry, go for it. So,
Oh, you can go.
okay, yeah. I was saying, well, before men's, if you're going to an event, you're definitely going to bring your best stuff. I think the real challenge with this one, it would be scaling after men and to get the right customers, right? So you can't just sell it to Solana degens. You really have to target the mass public. So are they going to be in Whole Foods, or are they going to be in Walmart? Who can tell? And if their branding's on point, maybe it will do really, really well. And once you get real life people that doesn't even know the NFT side, excited about that coffee, I think that's the biggest up for them.
Yeah.
I will say that I don't know if they have the connections to get in those places or if they can, but they do have the supply chain for it, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So it's just about making those contacts, I guess, and it's also based on how the team wants to expand. But yeah, they definitely have the supply chain for it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to Raposa and what they're gonna do today on their mint, and then we'll definitely see what's gonna uphold. Now, do you guys think ABC is coming back? Because they threw a big GM right here.
That's your reasoning? They threw a GM?
Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, oh snap! Here we go.
Oh, Phil, come on. You got to give us more to work with.
That's all the game. That's all the game. They give a huge GM. I'm like, okay, here we go.
All right, I'm bullish.
I mean, what do you say? Jaxx, I mean, I don't even know if you've been keeping up with them.
I honestly don't follow the ABC community too much. I know they are a strong community. They have some real diehard in the community. There's some really good people in there. But I honestly don't know what's happening with them. What is the current story?
It's not even me. It's everybody else that's also feeling it. I mean, you got people saying like they're retweeting it. Prepare GM. I'm telling you, this GM thing was a big deal. So I'm not the only one. So
to be fair, this project has been quiet for maybe a month and a half, 2 months. I have this sort of. I have a 3-month rule. If a project's been building for 3 months, they're probably going to pump soon. It's not always the case, especially with more complex projects, but HG has a ton of money. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
Tensor has flipped Magic Eden.
That's big.
That is huge. That is massive.
That's actually the most exciting news on my end. I love Tensor.
Yeah.
It's 2 devs. That's insane. 2 people. Imagine that.
And apparently one of them only started learning coding 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So that's wild.
Yeah, that's insane.
Why do you think this happened? Why did Tensor just flip Magic Eden?
I have a couple of things. The first one is gonna be a hit on Magic Eden. They're not focusing on Solana. They're just focusing on multi-chain and that stuff. So they moved the focus from Solana to another thing, and Tensor is just focusing on Solana, and people notice that. And also they have been working with big projects. With the last big projects, they were with Lads, I think, and with their reward system on the last 2 or 3 big mints that were on Solana. So I think that 2 main reasons might be there must be a lot of things, but I think those 2 cards are really important to the flip of these last days.
Jaxx, what do you say? Why did this happen?
I do agree. Magic Eden is doing a little bit too many things all at once. They're not really focused on Solana. But personally, when I'm trying to buy something on Tensor, I actually use it a lot. Because one, you try to get the airdrop, you want to figure out what the boxes are for. So there's that reward system, and this team just got a very nice seed round, so they had a lot of money, so they're gonna do something cool there. But also the pool, the Tensor pool, I really like. For example, I think I was looking at Blocksmith or Smith the other day. You get maybe like 70 at the same price to choose from. I think that just because when I buy an NFT, I don't just buy floor. I like to buy one that I really enjoy and I think I can hold for a long term. So if I get to choose from 70 of them at the same price, I'm probably going to use Tensor for it.
Now, everyone's got their own different reasoning. And then the cool thing is that it's a different. Mine is basically the way the UI was structured. Because when I saw this, it was just easy. It was simple. You had the left bar of the collections. I was able to track the favorites, and I was able to click on it, see it from here, and on the right side, I was able to basically buy or not. It was just simple, and that's all I cared about. And I actually never even traded on here. This was basically like my app of just like, I'm saying I'm not trading, I'm buying. This was basically my app of just like trading and looking into things. This was it, and it was just simple.
Yeah.
So it was all basically just simplicity, and I think that's the other thing that they really brought out there. And I do think they're probably going to be going in other realms, into Ethereum and other places. And I think it'll be easy. All you gotta do is probably add like a little Ethereum button, and you just quickly switch. So
Yeah.
overall, I mean, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I still use Magic Eden.
Yeah. You can check. Solinvestor dropped you a tweet that it's really interesting if you want to share it.
Yeah, I
on the
have it
private
right
chat.
here.
Oh,
Thanks, man. Let's see what's it. Okay, from Tiff. Thanks, man. We did fail to capture
Oh,
hype
you
and
got to
enthusiasts.
scroll up. You got to scroll up.
Okay. I'll start from
the interest.
Yeah, sorry about that.
from here. Okay. Part of growing up is learning to take an L. The sooner we can accept an L, the sooner we can rebuild. The reality check is staring us straight in the face. Magic Eden needs to prove itself to be worthy of Soul community. We'll do it. We'll do it through our action this time, not just words. Okay, so Tiff, mass respect to you and the team. I've been using Magic Eden for 2 years. Magic Eden, massive community, but the hype and yada yada. Okay, thanks, man. Yes, we did fail to capture hype and enthusiasm. To me, the L is not that we did not drop a token. It's that we snoozed on our core marketplace and made our core audience feel isolated and unappreciated. We built a Bitcoin marketplace in 10 days. We shouldn't use that same energy to support Solana. We didn't. The best product wins at the end of the day, not the best token, and we have to just get back to building. Interesting. Woof. All right. They recognized.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
They recognized
W for Solana.
Huh?
I think that's a W for Solana at the end of the day.
Yeah.
With competition, consumer benefit at the end of the day, the way I see it.
Yeah. They are actually acknowledging what everyone says. When everyone says the opposite, that Solana is dying and all that stuff that we heard every single day because of the Magic Eden volume, and it's not the case. They are just assuming that Solana is important and they're not focusing on it.
Sounds like Magic Eden is it's getting up on the plate, making some comeback probably. But overall, that is everything we have for the show. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, mint that like button, comment anything you guys want to talk about, comment some stuff about Kami and the art, let us know. And overall, Jaxx, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it, man. And we definitely love to have you back at some other point as well. Any last words, Jaxx?
No, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Zircon. Thank you, Sol. Thank you for having me. Next time, hopefully, I bring in more friends, more from the team, and other people. Happy to come back.
For sure. So overall, guys, we go live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Much love and peace.
Much love.